So this is just going to be a sound effects tutorial. So this is just how I organize my sound effects. You don't have to do it like that, it's just how I do it. Also, I'll leave a link in the description to a Google Drive with any of the files I'm using for the sound effects. If you're watching on TikTok, you can just go to my YouTube and find the link there. Anyways, so I'll just go through, kind of explain how I do this and things that I do to make my sound effects the way that I want them to sound, like if something's too loud in particular parts or whatever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add these. I like to add reverb a decent bit. I guess I'll just use this as an example. So let's say, for example, this sound effects file wasn't actually this long. Like, let's say it was like this long, right? Like, let's say it was this long and I added reverb, and there'd be an audible cutoff of the reverb. What I like to do is I just duplicate the layer. And if it's super short, then I can duplicate it maybe twice, and then just decrease the volume completely on both of them to the max, which seems to be negative 192 decibels. And then I just pre-compose them all together, and then add reverb. I think it's like 75, like 15, maybe like 70. And then you could do it like that. Now this file is long enough, so I don't need to do that, but I'm just showing what I would do if the file just wasn't long enough to carry out that reverb sound. Okay. Oh yeah, also, forgot to mention, whenever I put my sound effects layer in here, what I like to do is I like to just press L. That'll open this up, and then I just can change the audio level, and I can also see the waveform for the audio as well at the same time. So it's a little bit easier for me to sync it, and also see like the volume levels and what I need to change. So you can hear that reverb there. So let me find a sound effect for this part here. Might actually just use this instead. Also, my shit might be a little bit like delayed, and I'm sure this is universal, maybe it's not, but whenever I add reverb to my sound effects, it kind of like delays it a little bit. So when I press my spacebar to preview it, it takes like maybe half a second or like a second to actually start, and the more I add, the longer it takes. I don't know, it's kind of weird. data man's just like bugging out. I don't know why this is so buggy. I should make sure it's... Okay. I mean, as long as it's synced and the volume is fine, then we're chilling. My computer is so bad. That's pretty much it for that. I guess, let me kind of show an example of a sound effect that is like super... like an impact, I guess, that's super loud and has like a quieter build-up and a very loud impact sound to it. Okay. This one's good. Good example. So, this won't make too much sense, but I'm just using this as an example. So, I'm just going to start by turning this down because I don't want it to be too loud to start. Just sync it up, so that's still very loud. So this doesn't really make much sense, to be honest here, but like I said, I'm just using this as an example. So what I would do is the build-up is a little bit quiet and the actual impact is very loud. So what I like to do is just keyframe the audio level. I guess make it a little bit quieter, like negative 13.5 decibels. And then one frame behind for the build-up, just set that louder so it's more like balanced out, maybe a little bit quieter, and that's pretty much it. And if the sound effects does last a little bit longer than you want it to, like you see how this just kind of lasts a little while. Also here, let's say I don't want it to last really any farther than this. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that, my mom was calling me. Anyways, it's like I was saying. If you don't want your sound effect to last, pretty simple, just fade it out like that until it sounds alright. Let me drag this over a little bit more and then just kind of cut it there. Wherever you do want it to last. I don't know, it's really up to you, it doesn't really matter. But that's pretty much it for sound effects. I guess one thing I will say is that when you're adding a sword sound effect, they tend to be very loud. So, like, even if you think it's not that loud, it's like you'll see on the waveform, it doesn't look very loud, but they're very, very loud and noticeable. So I'd make them a lot quieter than you think you need to. Other than that, that's pretty much it for sound effects.